What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. Now today we are going to be going into the January transfer window eventually at the end of this episode, but we do have a few games to kick off with. Before that, we do have a game away at Waterford, then we have a match with Derry City at home, and we also have the replay after the draw in the quarter-final in the Cup with Dundalk, of course. It should be a tough game that will take us into January. We're going to start off with the game away at Waterford though. Very tough fixture. Waterford will be a tough side, but I was hopeful of the 3 points. JJ Lunny with an early shot at goal against his old club, comfortable enough in the end. A debut for Youth Academy goalkeeper Harrison Harris here, standing in for James Talbot, and looking comfortable on the ball, and an early save from as well. Waterford with a well worked move, and it was actually a good save from Harris, and Waterford were kind of on top in this first half, and they got the lead eventually through Tom Holland, I think it was. Very, very nice goal at the front post. Not much the goalkeeper could do about it either. We did start the second half brightly though, with Danny Grant on the right hand side, and he did a lovely bit of skill, pulled it back, a little bit of luck, and Glenn McCauley fires home the equaliser. Huge game and a huge goal to get just after the break, just to give us that bit of confidence to kick on in the second half and try and get the 3 points on the board, which is really, really needed after another couple of dodgy results last episode. Danny Mandrew then went clean through on goal, but he fires it so far over the bar. I don't know how he did that. Usually he's so much better than that, but we kept going, we kept fighting through. Twardick on the left hand side, some really nice play from him, cutting inside and firing past the goalkeeper to make it 2-1 to Bohemians in the 88th minute mark, and I thought that was it. Game, set, match. We can see this one out. Waterford didn't really look like doing much in the second half, so I was fairly confident of holding on to our lead. The Bohs fans are delighted with that one. It was a really, really nice, well worked move. He made a couple of changes and brought on another Youth Academy player, O'Carroll, for Lunny, and Andre Wright as well came off the bench, and he showed his fresh legs to get in behind Rory Feely here, and does really well to get around them, and he gets into a really, really good position and needs to be doing better than that in front of goal. That's a poor finish from him, and I thought 90th minute now he conceded a corner, so the pressure was on, but they didn't really threaten me at all, so I was kind of thought I was okay here. Duggan with the corner to swing it in, and we headed it clear, got it out, and look, penalty given in the last minute of the game. Andre Wright dived in. I accidentally pressed the slide tackle button when I was trying to clear the ball, and it must have switched to him and just taken him out completely. And if you see the replay here, I think it shows it. It probably is a penalty, but it is such an annoying penalty to concede. And Zach elbows Eddie. A chance for Harris to become a hero, but he slots it in the corner, elbows Eddie. A lovely, cool finish, and that is a devastating blow. 3 points were literally in our pockets. We were on our way home to Dalymount, and they literally shot up the team bus, like absolute disaster. But we jumped into the next game against Derry City, and to be honest, this was a terrible game. We kept losing the ball in the final third, and the frustration from the previous game was really easy to see here, and we couldn't get any kind of flow going at all. They were just stopping us in our tracks. Even Danny Grant, who's usually so reliable, was running out of play, and it was just a really difficult game. But we did get a chance with McCauley finding Danny Grant, and he fired it just wide, really, really close, and Pongo's frustration was building. But Twardick, again, another player you usually rely on losing the ball. And look at this from Lyons early in the second half, playing it straight out of play, just losing possession. We were so poor, and the frustration from the results, where we have been playing well and not getting the results, have been really showing here in this game against Derry. And they did take the lead in the second half at the 60th minute mark, and really bad morale around Dalymount Park at the moment. Not a good place to be right now, and we are really struggling. Andre Wright off the bench, and even he was struggling to get any sort of flow going, and they even looked more likely to get a second instead of us looking likely to equalise. We did have a chance here at Wright though, and he kind of snatched at it a bit, and they were able to clear. And then we had a really, really good chance from a corner, kind of bobbles around the box, falls to Glenn McCauley, comes out Chris Twardick, and it's off the line. Somehow Derry survive, and we kind of keep it alive. Andy Lyons on the right hand side, but it's a dreadful cross, and they survived that one again. That was game, set, and match. A quick shot before the final whistle, and a very, very disappointing game. So that's 2 disappointing results now so far this episode, and we deserve to lose that one. To be fair, we probably deserve to win the Waterford game, and we deserve to lose that one. It was a dreadful performance. We were so poor. Quick offer for Andy Lyons before the January transfer window's even opened. It's still December, and we're getting offers for Andy Lyons already. But we do jump into the replay, and we're coming into this game in terrible form, going to Oriel Park. It's never going to be easy. We did go at a 5 at the back formation, and we put Danny Grant in like a striker role alongside Glenn McCauley to see how that would work, just to kind of use his pace. And we did start the game quite brightly with Connor Livingston down the left hand side showing lots of energy, and got into a good position and actually did end up opening the scoring for Bohemians. Great goal from Connor Livingston to give us a really important lead. It felt a little bit too early at the time to score. It kind of feels like when Ireland score early in matches, it always seems a little bit like premature or something to be celebrating, but he does enjoy that one a lot, jumping in front of the camera. And yeah, we did have a chance again with Connor Livingston down the left hand side. He was flying in this game. Not a regular starter, but definitely proving why he should be considered, and he was doing really well here. His second goal against Dundalk, actually, if you remember back to last episode, he did score against them there as well, and he has been putting in a good shift so far. But they do have a free kick and have a chance at the back post, and it's swung and it's at the edge of the box, and they do have a chance to get a shot away here, and it's blocked, and it's good defending from Bohemians, and we're standing strong coming up to half time. And they would just keep piling on the pressure, and eventually it did break through. And here goes Patrick McElhenney, who's actually flipping unbelievable in this game. He got the goal, and that was the first half, which we'll take 1-1, but it's still annoying. We were to be 1-0 up and then to lose it, but we were defending strong, and this is what I meant with playing Danny Grant up front. Just have them there on the counter attack, stand on the halfway line to break whenever we get a chance. And he does really well here, gets into a good position and gets his shot off, but it's a great save from Gary Rogers. And yeah, Dundalk did survive the scare. But look at this again, Danny Grant getting the ball, and this is what we wanted. This is what we needed to do, just getting the ball and run. And Danny Grant can do exactly that, and he gets into a really good position here. Looks up, finds Mandreu on the edge of the box and fires it home. Great goal for Bohemians to take the lead in the 73rd minute, and they might just be able to hold on to that one now. Great move, great counter attack for Danny Grant leading the line, and Mandreu with that bit of quality in the final third, finding the top corner. Great goal. Dundalk were never going to give up too easily, but they were eventually knocked out. They didn't create any more chances, and the current holders of the cup have been knocked out by Bohemians. A fantastic performance from an out of form, out of sorts side, but the formation change and a real full of heart display meant we got through to the semi-finals of the cup. We jumped into the next game away at UCD. Going to be a tough fixture, but we needed a win in the league to finish off, to stay in touching distance with the top three. And Danny Grant actually started on the right hand side this time, and he was flying, getting into a really good area and got the ball back across, but it was well defended from UCD, and they did concede the corner, where Liam Scales actually got up highest and headed just wide. Would be some story if he scored against his all side, but then Liam Scales on the other end actually conceded a penalty. Kevin Devaney, our ex-player, going down. And yeah, we had Harrison Harris in goal, the Youth Academy player. He's facing his second penalty of the episode, and it was saved. Great save from Harrison Harris. A huge moment for the young lad, keeping us in this game. A fantastic save. I think it was Jack Keeney who took the penalty, and it was a great save down to his left. And yeah, that was a huge moment for Bohemians, and it really gave us a chance to kick on in the second half. Danny Mandreu going through, but a terrible effort to be fair. And UCD were actually playing pretty well, but our goalkeeper was on top form today. Harrison Harris going to really push James Talbot for the number 1 jersey for coming weeks. But another great save from Harrison Harris. He does really well here as well to actually win the goal kick somehow. If he does really well, he's having an absolute storm of a game, saving a penalty and a couple of huge saves to keep us in with a chance of getting the 3 points here, which are so crucial. And Andre Wright with a really good chance, rounds the keeper. Andre Wright puts it wide. How is he missing that? It's an open goal, hits the side netting, and plenty to goal to aim at as well. Needs to be scoring that, Andre Wright, to get into the team week in week out. That's why Macaulay's been starting ahead of him. Danny Grant with some nice moves on the right hand side, but it's a shot blocked, and UCD came back down the other end and headed just wide. Really close from them. And UCD probably deserved to actually win this game. We did bring on Keith Buckley to try and give us a little bit more in midfield. We were lacking in there, and it's a great chance for Macaulay, but it's clear from UCD and nothing was really clicking for us. But Danny Grant did find Andre Wright, who played it across goal, and Chris Twardick at the back post in the 88th minute finds us the goal that surely wins it for Bohemians. A goal that we probably haven't deserved. UCD probably have deserved the points in this one, but there's so many times this season where we deserved the win and haven't got it, so it is justice if we do get the win, which we have secured. 3 points at the bowl. Happy days to finish off the episode. A huge win. And yeah, to finish off the episode like that is always a positive. We did have a couple of dodgy results at the start, but we will take the 3 points there, and that takes us into January. So we're going to have a look at a few of our targets. But as you can see in the semi-final, we do have Shamrock Rovers, and we actually have them later that week as well in the league. Going to go into, I think, the transfer hub here to have a look at a few of our targets before playing any of these cup games. Zach Elbozetti, who I've been impressed by at Waterford, obviously with Lincoln in real life, is an expensive option, but one that we might look to bring in, probably more likely to happen next season. Walter Figueroa is another quick option, probably won't look to bring him in. There's probably better options out there. Troy Parrott on a loan deal is one I'm going to look at. Definitely a player that would add some quality in the final third of the pitch. Same with this guy, Adam Ida. We do need someone up front, I think, to provide us with the goals if you want to challenge the top 3 and win the cup. Darragh Leahy there as well. I want to try bring him back to the club, but he will be expensive. Georgie Kelly, I don't think I'm going to go for him. I'm going to remove him from the shortlist. Michael Duffy would be fantastic. You can get him on a free signing, which you could. We could approach to sign him now for the end of the season, would be fantastic. It's same with Jordan Flowers, who would add a lot to the midfield. Jack Byrne is an option, probably next season or the season after. I might look to bring in. Brandon Kavanagh is a young player that's fantastic as well. Aaron McAnuff I could get on a free signing, which is definitely one I'll consider. Lee Grace as well, one of the best defenders in the league. And Romeo Parks, who I've said in the last episode that I wanted to bring in, he's available to get on a free signing, as is Ronan Coughlin, who I was impressed by. And John Madden is a young defender at Sligo who's a very, very talented defender as well. So there's a lot of options there. Let me know down in the comments below what kind of signings I should be looking to make, and if there's any players that are not on the list there that you would recommend, please make sure to let me know. But it is Parrott and Ida are the priorities, I think. Get one of them in on loan, maybe both, but I think one definitely to try get in on loan. Have a quick look at our upcoming games. As I said, we have Shamrock Rovers at home at Daleyman Park in the Cup. Hopefully it goes a little bit differently to how it went in real life last season. Derry City and Cork in the other semi-final. And then in the calendar, we're going to play through the whole of January. So we have Rovers twice in the same week. That's a huge, huge week. Then we have Dundalk and Cork and Finn Harps as well to finish off the episode. So we'll play it through the whole of January in the next episode. If you have a quick look at the league table before we finish out, we are currently 7 points off the top 3. We do play Cork in the next episode though, which does give us a chance to close the gap. We also have Rovers and Dundalk as well, which are going to be very difficult games. So it's a very tricky episode coming up, and we also have the chance of reaching a final. So make sure to come back for that, guys. If you did enjoy the video today, please make sure to drop a like on it down below, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Catch you in a bit.